Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahshai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters is out there, onto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahshai, Lord willing, you brothers be edified. Like I said, a quick show. This is before camp, and I was watching a video that a brother Amon Gabal had sent in the chat. It was called Black men have to be the most extremists or something like that, and the guy was breaking down. I believe it's the channel is thinking something. I can't remember, but he had brought out a lot of good points in that particular video of how quote unquote black men will always have to have either you're gonna come. Basically, you're gonna be the most exceptional Negro in the sight of everybody, and then nobody's gonna give you a time to grow. All right, nobody's gonna give you a time to become yourself. He was referring to, I believe, Zion, the basketball player, who now basically they're saying that how he's pretty much washed up, and he just turned 20. So he's like, how is he washed up if he just turned 20? Nobody's willing to give him a chance. Either you're gonna be on top of your game, or top the best of the best from a youth up, which he was bringing. Like I said, he was bringing out a lot of great points, and it's all about your youth. It's all about the presentation about your youth. Everybody wants you to be at your top-notch position when you're young, all right? And nobody's giving nobody any chance whatsoever to grow. So coming from the world, we all know that's the facts. Everybody expects you to get everything going, especially he was talking about athletes, all right? And it's not right for quote unquote black men, because he was presenting it as a slave in a plantation, all right? Before the plantation, Slakia, and the auctioning block. And then when you being presented in the auctioning block in the plantation, before you go, somebody picks you up, they already expect you to do this, do that. Another example, when you see, most people see Jake, quote unquote blacks, Latinos, whatever, but mostly Jake, right? So-called black men, and off top, there's stereotypes that's you gotta live by. And one of the famous stereotypes is either a basketball player, rapper, you got the biggest, you know what, also you're the best dancer, okay? And if you don't meet the criteria of these things, they don't look at you as anything, okay? And in this world, the so-called black man is being ridiculed to the utmost level. I mean, I honestly have to do a part 2 to it, because this is before camp and it's fresh in my mind. But the so-called black man is always ridiculed to the smallest molecule, and he has to satisfy everybody's standard. And if he doesn't satisfy everybody's standard, you're a throwaway. And that's how the society has made every young man feel. Like, if you don't live up by your stereotype, if you don't live by what they say, that people are not pleased with you. And this is where a lot of men, young men, and I'm just sticking to a young man, because the society caters to women, and it caters to women for growth, and women to exceed themselves, okay? And they have counselors, and you know now they being promoted, but where's the promotion for a young black man, a quote unquote young black man, either from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, or Levi, okay? There's none. There's no growth. And he was basically saying that all the athletic people are looking for a come up, because the devastation of a father, without having a father in the household, you got like a renter dad. In other words, other athletes are going to help your child get to a certain point in order for that child to his greatest, and there's no room for growth. And that's what you see in this society. This society is this microwave society is you got to be the best, period. And you don't have no time for growth. And this shows you that the Lord did a number on us, man. That it really devastated men to the point of a man is at his greatest point in the later years of his life. But society's basically saying, hey, nope, you got to be at your greatest point at the youngest time of your life, when you don't know shit. You can't grow. All right? When you're 20, 21 years old, you don't know nothing. Let's be serious. We all felt that. Okay? As you get older, you could become more refined. You become more a student, somebody that has a foundation, because you understand yourself. But this society doesn't promote that because it wants you to be confused. It wants you to be the microwave guy, you know? And he was basically, shown by certain drug dealers how everybody looks up to drug dealers, and how at the top of their game, they was young, they was at their youth. And this whole society is about a youth movement. It's not about the age man, okay? Which that's who the Lord deals with. The Lord deals with the age man, the man that's been doing the same thing for a long period of time. Do you think the Lord's gonna have a young whippersnapper come around and just run a camp and do certain things? No, he will never do that. Okay? He deals with the man that he called from the beginning and to the last, when it's time for him to be called up. Like I said, this is a very this is a very type of topic. I'm gonna just get real quick couple scriptures. It says Isaiah 3:1. It says, "For behold, the Lord of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water." And that stay of staff and stay of water is the scriptures, man. The Lord's taking away that which is supposed to comfort them, that which is supposed to give you the rights of a man. And what makes you a man in the sight of the Lord is keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. It's not about how many kids that you have or how great of a athlete that you are. How great of a mighty man that you are. These things doesn't factor in who you are as a person. It's your spirit, and the spirit is from the Father of spirits, and the Father of spirits knows what position that he puts you in. A man shines not because what he can do, but he shines because what he can do and what he could do. Because we all gotta, at the end of this thing of ours, we all gotta prove ourselves that we are the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If that needs me that we die, then we die. All right. It says, "The mighty man and the man of war, and judge, the prophet, the prudent, and the ancient, the captains of 50s, and the honorable men, and the counselor, and the cunning artificers, and the adequate orators. I will give children to be their princes, and babes to rule over them." And that's what you see. That's why you don't have these quote-unquote men don't see themselves as men. They don't act like men because they never had that male figure, because the Lord took that from us. So you have a whole bunch of people that's lost, all right? Some people that's actually trying to be some things that they spirit is not. For example, in this truth, not every man is a prophet. So you find your niche. If you're a helper, then you're a helper. It's no dishonor of being a helper. Every position in Yahweh Shem Yahushua is important, but every position in this world has no importance. Okay, because you're hot when you're hot, and they throw you out. But when you serve the Lord, whatever you're good at, you're gonna be great at, because that's your spirit. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna make this short because I pressed for time. Isaiah 46:8, it says, "Remember this and show yourselves men, bringing it again to mind, O you transgressors." Bring what again? How you bring something that you never had? You gotta ask, you gotta look, you gotta seek. All right. In this society, you're supposed to know everything when you don't know shit. Let's be real. When you're young, you think you know stuff, but you don't know shit, and that gets you fucked up. It says on Deuteronomy 32:7, it says, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he shall show thee, thy elders, and they shall tell thee." And that was taken away from us. But you have elders, you have brothers that's out there in the highways and byways who would teach you, who will guide you to become exceptional men in the sight of the Lord. Because that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what the world sees you as, because the world is gonna see us as nothing, but it's what the Lord sees us as. That's the only thing that really matters. All right. So like I said, Lord willing, I'll do a part 2 or something similar to that. I gotta go to camp. So shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.